Go.
This is the Broaster VF3. Stands for Ventless Fryer, 3 pounds. You can cook up to 3 pounds per cycle. Basically, you take the basket out, put your frozen product in, set it on the shelf, and press your preset buttons. There's 10 pre-programmed times on here. Number 2 maybe 2.5 minutes. Number 5 maybe 5 minutes. You basically press whatever the time is you want, or the program, hit start, it'll drop the product back down. As far as assembly or disassembly of the unit, you've got your basket, the shelf it sets on, the element that sets in the oil, you have your oil vat, and this is the fill line. That opening right here at the bottom is your cold fill line with oil. An inner liner, because as you're taking the basket in and out, you will get drops and little cracklings of food that falls right there. That way it's on this inner liner and not in the bottom of the unit. And up above, you have a charcoal filter. And this is what's going to keep the business from smelling like a fish stand. This charcoal filter needs to be replaced approximately every 90 days. And finally, up above, you have this filter, as you see in many hoods, in kitchens, only bigger version of this. If you notice, there's a magnet on this end. When you go to reassemble this, if you don't put it together properly and you put the magnet to the left, it will indicate that there's an error and the equipment will not operate properly. But this is as empty as we can get the inside of the ventless fryer. So to go ahead and reassemble it, we want to have the magnet to the right, where it would connect to the sensor on the side panel in there. We have the filter, which is reversible. Goes right back in. And the whole unit slides right back in top. Raise the element up. You would have the inner liner that goes in, and if you noticed, it's elevated a little bit here, so if you have this on a Formica top, it's not going to scorch or burn the Formica. You would take your fill with oil to that level, set back in, lower the element down, you have your shelf, and your basket. The initial heat up time to get it to 360 degrees is about 10 minutes. The reason this is hoodless and ventless is if you take a look on the side here and look in that hole, there is a fire extinguisher in the side of it. If there were to be a fire internally, it would release automatically. When you have your fire extinguisher people come by to check your other extinguishers during the course of the year, make sure they check that also. It has to have this on it in order to meet NSF and UTL approvals. Again, the only time you're opening and closing is when you're cleaning or filtering the oil. We do provide an accessory kit with a bucket, a strainer, brushes, heavy-duty gloves, heat-resistant gloves. When you go to clean the oil, recommendation is at the end of the day, when the unit's hot, turn it off. Next morning when you come in, the oil's at 70, 75 degrees, that's when you filter it. Filter the oil daily, replace it, and dump it once a week and start off with clean oil. There is also a VF2. It's about 4 inches narrower and 4 inches less deep. This unit's about 22.5 wide, about 23.5 deep, and about 26.5 tall. Again, up to 3 pounds per cycle. VF2 will do 2 pounds per cycle.